Hello, good afternoon or good day to you wherever you are. So today we are making a mismatch Adire Bubu dress. So this is what we'll be using. You can see I've already gone ahead to join my two types of Adire. So we'll be using like 4 yards of Adire fabric. This will be for the back and this will be for the front. I've already ironed them and joined them together. This will be for the neck. We are making it an asymmetric neck. So these are the things we'll be needing: our fabric, 4 yards of our fabric, our ashoke, tape roll, our scissors, our thread, and our chalk. Thank you. So let's get right to it. So for this design, we're actually using a length of 60. We're doing a length of 60 and an hip measurement of 44. So I'll start from the neck. So from the neck, we have a neck width of 3.5. I don't want it to be too wide. And then for the back neck, I'll use the back neck first. We do a back neck of 1 inches. So for our Bubu dress, we'll be doing a back neck depth of 1.5. Then the width is 3.5. So we join our neck depth to our neck width. Then our Bubu dress, we want it to be 24, or let's say 20. We have 23.5. So our Bubu length will be 22. Then plus our sewing allowance of 1.5. So from that point, we'll come down by 1.5 inches for our shoulder slant, and we'll draw our slants to it. We draw our shoulder slants to it. From that point, I want it to have a width of, that's the armhole width of 12. So we'll come down by 12 on that part. Then from that point, for our front neckline, we want it to, we'll go to our front neckline later. So from there, we now do our body measurements. Our body measurements, we have 11 inches, that's 44, that's for our hip. Then we had 5 inches to it, that's how wide we want it to be. Out of the 5 inches, we are going to take in our sewing allowance of 0.75 inches. So the same way, let me get our length. We want it to be a length of 60. So let me do the length. Length of 60. So this is our length. Our length of 60 is inclusive of our allowance. That's sewing our allowance of 1 inch. So the total length we'll have will be 59 inches. We don't want it to be so long. We want it to be just before the ankle. So this is our length of 60. So let's continue with our body measurements. So that will be 15, 11.5, 11 plus 5, that's 15. So we'll take 15 down. $15 inches down. That's to the hem. If you want it to be a straight Bubu dress, this is what you will do. But if you want it to be a cowl dress, I'll show you what you will do for a cowl. Remember, we did 12 inches here. From our 12 inches, just do a slight curve. Can you see? A slight curve so that it won't just be straight, so a slight curve on that part. So if you want it to be a cowl dress, you need to know your knee measurements, which you can measure from your length. For some people, their knee measurement is 25, or you just come up by 20 inches from your hemline. Come up by 20 inches from your hemline. This is your hemline. And then draw a curve. Let me do it. Do you see now? Can you see it? That is, you do a curve. That's your cow curve. Back to your armhole. So you can see the cow shape now. You bring it back to your normal measurements. That's if you want it to be a cow. Do you understand the... I'm trying to print double lines, but this is the line we are following. This line, back to our measurements. Okay, so that is it for the front. So we can then go ahead to cut. So this cow is not too big, it's just a minimal cow. It won't be too bulky at the side. Can you see? This is our cow shape. So if you want to have pockets, so depending on your arc length, you come from here. Okay, so for the person I'm making the dress for, our arc length is 17. Then you come down by 1 inch. So take it like this and you notch. Then the pocket length will be maybe like 7.5 to 8 inches, depending on how wide. But 7.5, 8 inches is just perfect for the pocket. So you notch. That's our pocket. So let's go to the upper part. We are done with this. So our neck, remember, 3.5 by 1.5. That is for our front neck. So sorry, that is for our back neck rather, not front neck now. Then remember we did a shoulder slant of 1.5 inches. That is so that it will lay properly on the shoulder. So we are done with the front. So the same thing, we use it to cut the back. Before we now do the asymmetric neck for our back. So we use the front, what we just cut out now. We use it to cut the front. Sorry, we use it to cut the back. So we'll place it on it. Please let your joinings align as much as possible. Your joinings, it was joined at this point, so let it align. Arrange it properly so that one will not be bigger than the other. Then we go ahead to cut. Then after we cut this, we'll now work on our front for the asymmetric neck. So we are cutting the same thing we did for the same thing we cut earlier. We are cutting it for the back, but we'll work on the front. If you want to add more ashoke to the hand, you can add. This is what I have, so it will only go for the neck. But if you want to add it, you just get your ashoke. And sorry, that would be one of this, not the two, because I've already joined this. You fold it, then After you joined the shoulder, then the hand, you join it to the hand. That means the ashoke will be longer than this for the hand. That's if you want it to be on the hand. Okay, so now let's go to our neckline. So remove the back. Sorry, before we remove the back, let's remember to notch the pocket for the back as well. Notch the pockets for the back. Don't forget, the second one is here. This will tell you where to add your pockets. So here we are. That's done. So now for our symmetric neck, we'll open up our fabric. See what we have. This is our fabric. We'll open it up. So depending on where you want your asymmetry to be and the design you want for it. So I want mine to be on my left side. That is on my left side. So I'll come down depending on the length I want. Remember, we are joining by half an inch here, so I can come down by like 9, let's say 9 or 9.5 inches. Then I'll come here and just curve it to it. So we are coming like this. Come down depending on the depth you want. If you don't want it to be too open, you can take it high. If you, depending on how you want it, then you curve it. So from this point, you can just remove half an inch from, that's from the right hand side. This is the left, this is a, you know, we've opened it to the front. This is the front of the clothes now. So this is the left, this is the right. Just come in by half an inch. Anything you do to this point, you do it to the same on, you do it to the back. That's the back of the Bubu dress. So I came in by half an inch on this point. That is, this side will be smaller than this side. Then you can see what I'm doing. So I'm doing like a V, but not really a V. You see now. So this is what we have. Then we'll cut it. So the same thing we'll cut now will be what we'll cut on our ashoke. I'll cut it now so that you'll see it. Okay, so you can see the neck. Now let me put it on myself so that you see how it will be like. So you see, this is how the neck will be. You can see that this one is a bit low. So depending on, it's not really low. So depending on what you want it to be. So this is it. So now to cut the ashoke. This is my ashoke that I've already joined. So I want to cut it. Then we'll cut facing for this clothes. They'll be facing for it. I think this ashoke will be enough. So this one, you don't do it on fold. If you do it on fold, you won't get what you need. It won't give you what you need. That is, it won't give you the neck very well. You might have the same neck for everything. I don't know if you get what I mean. So lay it properly. Lay it properly on it. You can see how I've laid it. Then we'll cut our ashoke. Okay, if you want, you can cut our ashoke. Sorry. It's not too convenient for me to cut. Let me just trace it. Okay, so let me trace it so that I'll cut it on there. So this ashoke I have is small, so it's like I'm managing it. But if you want it to be wider, you want the ashoke to be bigger, please kindly go ahead and get the bigger ashoke. That means you join more to the ashoke. So you see what we have now. So this is it. So this is it. Then if you want to cut the facing, you cut the facing the same way that you cut the ashoke. You cut your facing to it. So when we are sewing, you fold this in by just a few inches. You fold it in here. You sew this. You fold this in. I'll show you what I've done, or how you fold this in. You fold this in. You fold this in all through. You fold it in all through. Then you sew. You fold this in as well. You fold it in. It's just a little, like 0.25 or half an inch, depending on how big the ashoke is. You fold it in. You fold it in, and you sew. Then you take this, you sew it. Okay, so let me show you how you cut the facing and also your pockets. Okay, so I want to cut out the pockets for the bubu now. So our pockets is, you want it to be, just put your hand on your fabric. You want your pocket to be, let's say, okay, you want it to be 8 inches, like nice, let's say 7 inches, but make it 8 inches because of sewing allowance. It will be 7 inches or 8 inches because of sewing allowance. So just place your hand. Okay, let's measure. Is it up to? So we cut it. It will be an inseam pocket. So the pockets we are cutting is we are cutting 4, 2 for each side, 4 pockets. And remember, the pocket is 10 inches wide. Sorry, that's the depth is 10 inches thereabouts. Okay, so mark it. This is your wrong side. Your wrong side. Wrong side. See, this is your wrong side. So that's your pockets. Then to the facing, to the back. For the front, you can either turn the neck with the ashoke, or you cut out the facing for it if you want. That's for the front. You can either use the ashoke to turn it, or you cut out the facing for it. So I want to use the down pattern as a facing for the clothes. That's the pattern on the back. So just fold your pieces or any fabric that will be enough. You can use another fabric if you want. If you want another color, whatever it is you want, just fold it into 2 to cut your facing. So remember what we said earlier, that for the back, we'll remove from the neck. If you want it to be shorter than, or how would I put it, one will be longer than the other. So for this one, this was where we removed. That's on the right hand side, but because it's the back, this is where we'll join to. So we'll just reduce it by half an inch. You get what I'm trying to say? If you put this on the back, that means it will be on the right. This will be on the right on the back. You get what I'm trying to say? So it was the right we reduced earlier, but for the back, it will be on the left. I don't know if you get me. It will be on the left, because by the time you're turning this to be on the back, it will be on the left. So you reduce it by half an inch, so that it will be the same thing. You just blend it. So that it will be the same thing with the front, if you get what I mean. So that is it. So now back to the facing. You cut the facing normally, you reduce it later. I chalk. Okay. So this is just being slippery. So I want to do a facing of like 2.5 inches or 3 inches. Let's do 3 because we'll still fold it in or leave it depending on what you prefer, which you prefer to do. So this is how you cut your facing. This is the back facing. You can either add stay to it depending on what you want. You can add stay to it so that it can stay on the clothes firmly. So you cut the neck. So this is the facing for the back. Can you see? The facing for the back. So our bubu is ready. For the front, like I said, you can either use the ashoke to turn the neck, like I said, or you cut a facing the same way I cut out the ashoke. You cut the facing for the front. So today so we are at the end of this. So what is next is the sewing. I'll do the video of how to sew this and I'll post. Thank you very much. So I'm attaching the ashoke to, so this is just like 0.25. So I'm attaching the ashoke to the clothes. So I'm notching now because I want to turn it to the right side. So I'm sewing it on, I placed the ashoke on the wrong side. So I didn't cut facing on the clothes any longer. So I'm using the ashoke to turn the neck. So what I'm doing is, you can see this is the wrong side. So I'm sewing the ashoke from the wrong side and I want to turn it to the right side, but I'm notching it first. Top stitch. You know it's coming like this. It's coming like this. So we top stitch on the wrong side. So I added stay to the ashoke just to make it more, because the ashoke, this one is not the thick one, it's the soft one. So I've already added the facing to the back. This is the facing for the back. Let me go and iron it down. So now I've joined the shoulder. I've joined the shoulder, you can see. I joined the shoulder. This is what we have. So I'm going to open up the seam. Open up the seam and iron it. Then hem it. Hem it by a number of inches. Then after hemming, then I'll join it together. Join it, and also hem the down part.